This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
So that's Huntington, West Virginia on April 23rd. The next day, you're in Columbus, Ohio, beating Brian Blair and Joe Lightfoot. The following day, you're in Cleveland, Ohio, beating Brett Wayne and Brian Blair. 5 days after that, you're back in Chattanooga, picking up a win over Brian Blair and Tito Santana. Then back for TV on the very same day. So I guess that was the evening show. But you do TV that morning, Joe Lightfoot and Zane Smith. Zane Smith's not a name I've ever heard in my whole life.
No, we'd have to research Zane. I don't recall that. But you had a lot of those guys that came down and did TV. First time Marty Lundy, was on TV, he went, "Who the hell is that?"
Sure.
Never heard of that guy for sure.
May 1st, though, another big day for you. You're back in the Omni, this time picking up a win over Brian Blair and Tito Santana, sort of a rematch from the last time. And then we're back on the road, man, this time in Beckley, West Virginia, again against Blair and Santana. You have yet to lose. Akron, Ohio, a couple of days after that on May the 4th. You get a win again over Blair and Santana. Then we do the same thing in Toledo, Ohio. And we keep the song going as we make our way to Cincinnati, Ohio. And then finally, when we get to Huntington, West Virginia, it's Brian Blair and Joe Lightfoot again. As you're going through now, I guess maybe a month into Georgia Championship Wrestling, you've yet to lose. You're definitely a tag team wrestler. All of your matches have been with Matt Borne. Are you seeing that you're getting a rhythm? Do you feel like you're getting better? Or is it still a feeling out process?
I do feel like I'm getting better because all those names that we got to work with were all better than me. They were all more experienced than me. And I was learning from every one of them. The difference is I wasn't learning from a situation where I was in the first match and getting beat. We were the guys that were getting pushed. And as you can see, there's a groundswell of momentum. They're putting us over everywhere. We're heading towards those new tag titles. And that would have been the equivalent to the WWF tag titles, the NWA World Tag titles, every top tag title situation in every territory. That's what these were going to be. These were going to be their top team. And we were getting closer and closer. And, they were, Paul was, helping me. And I hadn't sensed yet the animosity coming from Matt. It's soon to come, but I hadn't sensed any of that. And there's probably a pretty good reason for it when we get there.
Tell me about the finishes of these matches. Like when you guys are winning, how are you winning more often than not? I had brought Spinebuster with me. I had created it by this time. We were using that as a setup for Matt to come off the top with what he called the bombs away, where you jump off and you literally land on a guy's chest from the top rope with your butt. And it was something that his dad had used, Tony Borne, prior to him. So it's a good looking finish. That's what we're used every night. Teamwork. I like it. Let's talk about another talent that we haven't talked about yet, but somebody you were definitely familiar with. You and Matt pick up a win over Brett Sawyer and Brad Armstrong on April 23rd in Huntington, West Virginia. And based on my research, I don't think you had a match with Brad Armstrong. Obviously, you're familiar with him from the Pensacola territory. Is this the first time you remember wrestling Brad?
No, you got to remember, go back. It was when I was booked on TV in the very beginning, and I wrestled Bob and Brad on Atlanta TV. That's what got me the first 3 weeks in Pensacola.
I thought it was another Armstrong. I didn't remember that it was Brad.
No, it was Brad. And Brad, it's funny. He told me, he said, "Hey, you've come a long way here in a short time since the last time I worked with you." And I said, "Yeah, I have been so fortunate." And God, again, that was just another situation where you just saw how good he was. Who was his partner that night?
Brett Sawyer.
if I was a betting man, I would say that would have been a really fun, good match for everybody, I would think.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.